Okay, now that we have cut our 9-inch pieces and others, we are ready to create the shape of the birdhouse. For this one, it's the gabled roof, which is the triangle on top of the rectangle. Okay, we're going to have to cut 2 of those, one for each end. Now, the way we're going to do this is we're going to make sure that our nice edge, our jointed edge, is down at the bottom. We're going to measure up the sides far enough that they will be equal to what our short pieces are going to be, which is basically half of one of these boards. The largest they could be is 5 1/4 inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay our tape measure on the edge of the board, and we're going to mark it at 5 1/4, right on the edge of the board. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Make sure you put them right at the edge of the board. That'll be one point. The other thing we've got to do is find the center of this for the peak. Okay? In this case, since they're 9 inches, the half of 9 inches is 4 1/2. We mark that again, right at the very edge of the board. All right, now we're going to take a straight edge, and we're just going to play connect the dots. We're going to set that straight edge on there so that it touches right on the edge of the wood, both of those marks, and we're going to draw a line. Okay, and then we're going to do the exact same thing on this other side. And once we've got it connected, we have the piece that shows our triangle. Okay, then we're going to take that over to the bandsaw, and we're very gently going to cut that off right next to the line, but leaving the line. Then we're going, once we've got that done, if we need to, we'll sand it a little bit on the disc sander to get it right to the line so that it's perfect. And then we'll use this and set it on top of our second piece. Line them up really nicely using that good straight edge, and then we'll be able to trace and make sure that our second piece is exactly the same as our first piece. So off to the bandsaw we go. Okay, now we're over at the disc sander. Remember that the #1 rule on the disc sander is that you only sand on the down side of the disc as it approaches the table. Our disc sander turns this direction, so we'll be sanding between here and here. Now our board is a little wider than that, which means to sand the peak, we're going to have this go past center. So you'll want to hold on to it tightly, keep it as flat as you can against the table so the board isn't thrown up in this direction by that center. All we're going to do is we're going to sand it down right to the line. Basically, we're going to cut the line in half. We're going to sand half of it off, and we're going to keep half of it on there. All right, I'm going to do that right now. Okay, right down to the line on both sides. That's where we want to be. Cut.